This is the preview I have been waiting so long to do. It is the Merseyside Derby preview for Sunday. Everton versus Liverpool. My team, Liverpool, come up against our Merseyside Derby rivals. And I don't think it's going to be as easy as people are expecting. You're seeing Sky Sports saying that there's only two possible threats that Everton have in Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison is already digging himself in a little bit with his comments about Virgil van Dijk, basically saying he doesn't think that Virgil van Dijk is even in the top 3 best defenders in the world, putting the likes of Marquinhos in front of him. What that basically means for Richarlison now is that he's going to have to come through and dominate Virgil van Dijk and dominate our defence as well. That is what happens when you make these types of comments. You tie yourselves in to performing out of this world against a player like a Virgil van Dijk who is out of this world. He's fantastic. Anyway, let's get into this preview. I am so looking forward to this one. I really am. I'm looking forward to it and I'm nervous about it. It's how I feel about every single Liverpool team, game, everything like that. That is how I feel about it. Now, this, according to SofaScore, is the possible lineup for Liverpool, and I think it's going to be different. I don't think you're going to see... I think you'll see some of these players, for sure, absolutely. The likes of Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, that will most definitely be your back four. Alisson comes back in after his hip injury, which is just fantastic as well to have him back in the team, in goal. What a brick wall he absolutely is. Jordan Henderson, for me, is an absolute shoo-in. Jorginho Wijnaldum is an absolute shoo-in. Fabinho possibly isn't. It depends. If we're going off the previous form of the previous games that we've had recently up until the coronavirus break, Fabinho wasn't necessarily playing particularly well, let's be honest. He's a fantastic footballer. He's done some great moments for us. I'll never forget that absolute firecracker he smacked right into the back of the net against Man City. But when he got injured, and then when he came back, he just wasn't the same player. He was losing possession in dangerous areas. And when you're the primary number 6, the defensive midfielder, and you lose the ball right in front of the back four, you are creating problems. You're creating danger, unnecessary danger as well. So you may not see Fabinho. One midfielder that you may see, according to this is Anfield.com, is Naby Keita. Naby Keita is apparently being absolutely raved about by the staff at Liverpool due to the fact of what he's been doing in behind closed doors games, what he did in the Blackburn game as well, which I still can't believe there isn't full match highlights of that one. I would have loved to have watched the whole thing, but apparently he's been doing very well. They're absolutely really, really happy about him. There's loads of different things going on. It says down here, James Pearce, I think it is, for The Athletic, it's a crunch period for Naby Keita, though there's no indication that Klopp's patience is running out, as has been suggested by some tabloids. You will see the likes of the Daily Mail, which is just binny. Sky Sports have also been running with it, saying that Naby Keita could also be one of the players that is looked to be offloaded this summer. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think there's so much to Naby Keita that can come good for Liverpool to come. I think he's got such a good role for us to play. You're not going to spend that kind of money that we did on him, wait for a year for him to then just bin him off a year later. I don't think that's going to happen, not at all. So he is someone that I genuinely believe will come into this midfield right here. Whether he's alongside Henderson, Wijnaldum or Fabinho, whoever it is that is partnering, it's going to be a strong midfielder. And I think Naby Keita could actually, if he can stay away from injury, he could be an integral part of our midfield. I genuinely think so. There's only one other change that I would make to this, and I was going to try and do it, but you can't actually edit this on the website, even with an account. Mo Salah on the right-hand side, yes. Sadio Mane on the left-hand side, yes, obviously. Bobby Firmino is the question mark for me. And you've obviously got a couple of options. The big option that people will go for is Divock Origi because of what he's done against Everton in the past. Not just the one where Jordan Pickford somehow put the ball back off the crossbar and he nods it in for 1-0 in the very, very last moment of that game, which was epic. But also the 5-2 victory as well, where he scored some very key, very beautiful goals as well. Now, the other option could be, and is also rumoured could be, is Minamino. And Minamino would be, I would love to see him get a chance. I really would. He doesn't have many chances, and whenever he's came on in games, it's never always been with, he's never had the greatest opportunity, the greatest amount of time to sort of, influence himself. But also we've got to recognise his lack of game time that he's had, lack of substitute appearances as well. Maybe this 3-month period and the recent training and stuff like that they've been allowed to do will allow him to have bedded himself into the Liverpool system, get himself a bit more, like the Zoom calls and stuff like that Liverpool have been doing with all the squad. Hopefully that's bedded him in with the rest of the team, his teammates that are around him, and maybe he feels a lot more comfortable, can express himself, and that can hopefully transfer into expressing himself with his football. I wouldn't mind Minamino or Origi getting a chance over Bobby Firmino. And people might not like that because I love Firmino. I genuinely love Firmino. But I have memories of what he was playing like before this break. And it wasn't necessarily at the very best that he can produce. On his day, he can be absolutely unplayable. His footwork is ridiculous. His ability to drop into midfield and to, drop anywhere, pick the ball up, drive it forward, and supply Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, or supply someone else, whoever might be playing up there as well. That's great. It really is great, but it seemed to be a little bit disjointed in the last couple of games that we played. Bearing in mind, yes, it was 3 months ago. Absolutely correct. And there's no reason to say why Bobby Firmino couldn't start this game. If he starts this game, I'm a total fan of it. That's absolutely fine. All I'm talking about is options for this game. And I think that if you're going to give someone like a Minamino a chance, could be very good. If you look at the predicted back line for Everton, it's not the biggest physical back line that you could ever have. So Minamino could actually do quite well. But if you are wanting to go with someone a bit more physical to sort of tank it, that front line for Liverpool, then you would go with Divock Origi as well. And his history record against Everton is very, very good. So look, we've got a lot of options. For me personally, I don't know what's happening with Oxlade-Chamberlain. He picked up an ankle injury against Blackburn. He's the only injury that I don't know about. Other than that, we've apparently got a clean bill of health, which is absolutely fantastic. We've not been in a position where we've had a full bill of health for a long time. Shaqiri could even be on the bench, which would be fantastic. I love Shaqiri, and I think everyone does as well. He can just make a bit of a difference sometimes. A clean bill of health for Liverpool is a very, very dangerous Liverpool. Now, if we just go and look into Everton's, they've got a couple of injuries as well. Felipe Gabamin, I think he's made like 2 appearances for Everton. He's a good midfielder when he played for Mainz. He is a good midfielder. He's got good pace. He's a physical guy. The luck hasn't broken for him this season with Everton. They've got a couple of other injuries. Theo Walcott, he will miss it. Apparently, Andre Gomez has picked up a knock, but he's expected to be in this game. Schneiderlin probably won't be in this game. Bernard is apparently, he will. He had a knock against Chelsea before the suspension of the league, but he'll join Seamus Coleman in being back available. The only other person that is apparently unavailable, it's not on this page here, is Yerry Mina at centre-back. And he's a big towering centre-back, so for them to be missing, and I can then also understand why they're going with this centre-back pairing of Mason Holgate, Michael Keane as the predicted lineup as well. But I will be totally honest with you, and this is not me being like, like Liverpool are just so much better than Everton and stuff like that. When I look at this team, the Everton predicted lineup team here, when I look at it, there isn't a great deal of fear for it. The only person that concerns me, that really concerns me, is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, under Duncan Ferguson and Carlo Ancelotti, has actually been doing very, very well. He's learned how to use his physicality. He's actually quite a quick, tall, physical striker. And his finishing touches, with his head, with his feet, he just seems to be getting it all now. And he's still very young, still got a lot of development left to do as well. Nowhere near entering his prime or anything like that. He will only get more dangerous as the years go on and on and on. He is the one person in an attacking sense that worries me even a little bit. Because because of those attributes. He's physical, he's fast, he's a very good finisher as well. He worries me. Richarlison is a very good talent. Sometimes he can turn it on and he can absolutely blitz teams. Sometimes he doesn't always work as hard as he could. He doesn't work as hard as his talent is either. But make no mistake, Richarlison is good with both feet. He's got good close control as well. And he's got good pace as well. So both of those two, you're looking at, you've got good pacey strikers. They could cause problems. For me, the one I'm looking out for the most is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think he's very, very dangerous, and he would be the most leading threat for Everton against Liverpool. But when I look at our Liverpool team, I just feel that we should be winning the battles all over the pitch. We should be winning that midfield battle. All right, you're most likely playing Sidibe as a wing-back. I don't imagine that they're going to play Gylfi Sigurdsson on the left-hand side. Stranger things have happened in the league. I doubt it, though. I'm pretty sure they must have some other wingers that they could bring in. You know, Digne and Coleman on the left and right-hand side as well. Good players as well. Very good players. They work hard. For me, I just feel that we should be winning the battles. When I see Sadio Mane against Coleman, Salah against Digne, Firmino, whether it's Origi or whether it's Minamino against those centre-backs, I personally feel that we should be winning these battles. I personally feel that we should be coming back into the Premier League restart with a victory. And you've only got to look at our last couple of, all right, apart from the loss to Watford in the Premier League, we won all the rest of our games. We really held on tight against West Ham. We were almost dead and buried in that game. Similar sort of situation with Bournemouth. Never forget that James Milner goal line clearance in that game as well. But other than that, we've done very well. Against Everton themselves, 5-2, that was a brilliant game as well. They haven't beaten us in a very, very long time. Our young kids beat Everton as well. And make no mistake, we go on about this lineup for Liverpool, about being mainly all our normal first teamers and such like that. You could see a Curtis Jones, a Harvey Elliott, so many other players that we could have coming through. Nico Williams, Adam Lewis, Larouci. If they're available to play, and with 5 substitutions available in each game, I honestly enjoy the fact that we could be seeing a lot more of our young players. I'm looking forward to it. I really, really am. Now, score prediction for this game. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Liverpool. A clean sheet is bold. Off the back of, obviously, a very lengthy break that we've all had for the coronavirus and everything like that. It's bold, but I think that we can do it. I think Alisson, it is understated how much of a difference that Alisson makes to this team. And it is understated how much of a confidence booster I personally got when it's obviously announced that he is back, he's fit, and he will be ready to play. I personally think that we could go for a clean sheet here, 2-0 for Liverpool against Everton, and it'd be the perfect way to start. And then it would also mean that we'd only need one more win to secure the Premier League title. But we're not thinking about that right now. I'm not thinking about that right now. The here and now is what it's all about, and it's going to be Everton versus Liverpool on Sunday. Make sure you check it out. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like it and subscribe. If you're new around here, please get your comments in below as well. All reviews, especially for the Sunday games, they'll be coming out on Monday. So please stay tuned for those ones as well. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hey, and last of all, I hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.